Extra Mile Workshop. Learn how to effectively onboard new preferred customers, maintain customer retention, and the benefits of the new PC Referral Program. Here's your host, Stephanie Myers.
Welcome, USANA family, to USANA Live 2020 Americas and Europe Virtual Convention. I am so excited and honored to be with you to host this workshop, Going the Extra Mile with John Gorlitz and Krista Rialba. Krista's from Canada, a diamond director and part of USANA's $1 Million Club. She is now celebrating 12 amazing years as part of the USANA family. She continues to deliver on her mission to empower people all over the world to create the healthy life they deserve. As CEO of Rialba Media, she uses her social media platforms to communicate the importance and benefits of healthy, heart-centered entrepreneurship. Krista is an international speaker, having appeared on stages across Canada, the US, the United Kingdom, France, and Italy. She speaks on a variety of topics, but is most known for her expertise in social media, social selling, and digital content creation. John Gorlitz worked in corporate America for 10 years. 7 of those years was with the National Basketball Association as a finance major in New York City. The world of NBA was exciting. He went to many basketball games, all-stars, and championship events. As the years passed, the perks wore off. John was introduced to USANA by a friend in 2004. He saw great potential and firmly believed in USANA and the products. Originally, his goal was to pay down his debt faster, and he built the business part-time in the nooks and crannies of his day. Only 2.5 years after starting USANA, he was able to quit his full-time job. A week later, John traveled to USANA's new market, Malaysia. He lived in Asia for over 2 years, building teams in the Philippines and Thailand. It was there he discovered the importance of a customer. Let's now turn the time over to John and Krista.
Stephanie, thank you so much. And hi, everybody. I'm so excited to be here for USANA's first ever virtual convention. And, when I was in Asia, I learned a lot. And I learned that getting customers alongside building a team was so important. And we're going to teach you the right way to bring customers aboard. And I'm excited to share this information with Krista Rialba.
Amazing. Thanks, John. Hi, USANA family. I'm so happy to be here. Now, I've been with USANA for over 12 years now, and even though my life has changed quite significantly, I started off as single, now I'm a mom of 2, but the best part about this business is once you know the framework, you can really build it and support people no matter what stage of life you're in. And John and I really want to share with you that framework so that you can feel confident and comfortable supporting as many people as possible. And that's really what this is all about. Now, if you're, listening to John and I, and maybe you think, maybe I don't have an outgoing personality or I have a different personality, that is totally okay. Because the best part about this is it's really all about the customer. It's all about showing up and being of service and maybe even listening more than we're talking. Is that good news, right? So let's talk about aligning the buyer's journey. So when you're getting started, we're going to take you through all these steps you see here, from the greeting, when you're getting people talking and opening them up and having them trust you and want to connect with you, to qualifying, which really is about understanding their needs, right, rather than our agenda, and then inviting, so really connecting, the need that they have to a product that we have or an opportunity, the following up, making sure their questions are answered and they feel confident and they feel comfortable, and then going in for asking for the sale. And guess what? It's really not that scary. John's going to take you through that. And then really turning our customers into lifelong customers, not just for our own benefit for our business, but most importantly for them so that they can experience the benefits of USANA. So now let's start with the greeting. John, that's you.
So the greetings, step 1 in the communication process. This is one of the most important steps because this is where we get prospects to trust us. This is where we build rapport and connect. I understand when you first come into USANA, there's people you know really well, like your family, your parents, your grandparents, your best friends. But I'm talking about when you want to expand your business and expand your list. You're going to be talking to a lot of people that you don't know or hardly know. And so one of the best tips I ever received to start a conversation with someone I don't know is to pick something out in the environment to talk about. So let me give you an example. You're at a party, you're sitting next to someone you don't know, and you look down at their shoes and say, oh, those are Asics. Those are comfortable. I heard they're very, very comfortable. Where did you get them from? And that's called an icebreaker. Now that you've gone through the icebreaker, you talk about that topic for a while, and now it's time to expand that conversation. And one of the acronyms that I like to teach you is called FORMS. And if you have FORMS in the back of your mind, you know that when you finish with that little segment of the conversation, you keep it going. So FORMS is family, occupation, recreation, motivation, sports. So you could say something like, well, are you from around here? Where are you originally from? Is your family from there, or are they here too? You might find out they're from New York, and maybe you're from New York, and you start connecting. Once you're finished talking about that for a while, you talk about occupation. What do you do for a living? What is it you do for the company? What did you do before? Or recreation. What are you going to do this weekend? What did you do last weekend? What do you like to do in your free time? Motivation. What made you want to become a teacher? Or you moved from New York. What made you want to be here in Los Angeles? And then last, sports. Sports is always fun to talk about and to connect with. You said you're from New York. Do you follow the Yankees? Do you follow the Jets, the Giants? Baseball season's starting. Are you into baseball? So the point is, if you remember form, you can really have a very good conversation with a stranger where all of a sudden you're building rapport and you're connecting. And you can feel that when you're connecting with that new person. And this is going to allow you to head towards the qualify. Now, some other tips in the greeting, which is very important. We have to use the 80-20 rule. We listen 80% of the time and we talk 20% of the time. You ever meet those people that say, I'm a talker? Man, I just keep talking. My parents say that I just talk. Well, that's a disadvantage in our business because we're not gathering intel from the person that we're meeting, our prospect. And so we want to let them talk. A lot of people like to talk about themselves, but nobody lets them, right? But that's what makes USANA Associates so great. We're good listeners. And so as they're talking, then they ask you a question. My favorite team's the Yankees. My grandfather, he was a Yankees fan, and so was my father. We got to go to a couple of games, but then stay interested in the prospect. Go back and ask them questions. A lot of people think that if I talk a lot, I'm controlling the conversation, which is not true. The person who is controlling the conversation is the one who's asking questions. And when you're asking questions, this is critical because you can eventually get into the qualify, steer the conversation to the qualify. So Krista, what are we doing in the qualify?
Oh, John, I love that so much. Like even just hearing you describe the greeting, it's so relaxing, right? There's no pressure to know a script or to say the right thing. It's really about leaning in. And that's really what the qualify is about. It's about leaning into this conversation so that you can better understand the person that you're speaking with. Now imagine you're on the receiving end. Wouldn't you love to be in a conversation where the person is genuinely interested in you and wants to know you better, right? And potentially has ways that can help you, or at the very least, they want just to get to know you better. It's a great feeling that we can provide. Now, from one of John's examples, for example, the form, right? Something that you may learn is that they just relocated to your city from a different city. And just coming from the perspective of being a mom, maybe it's a woman who just relocated her family, and you're asking questions and you're leaning in and you're saying, well, that must be challenging. Have you made any play dates yet? Have you and your husband, made any connections with the neighbors? And then you're able to get them to maybe open up and share yeah, it's been tricky, maybe they don't have a lot of support. And then maybe you're able to offer support. Maybe that's your opportunity to find that need and to give them a solution. Like, for example, the incredible community that USANA has. And you can see how once you understand the need and you've asked questions and you've leaned in and showed that you care, it's quite easy to go to the next step, which John's going to walk us through.
Okay, so the next step in the communication process is the invite. And I will admit to you, when I first started USANA, I was so scared of inviting. But a lot of that was up here. It was my belief levels. And one of the things that I did right away was go to the trainings like where you guys are right now. I went to take a tour of the manufacturing facility. This is my 17th convention. And I've learned so much from doctors and scientists. And I'm like, wow, these products are awesome, science-based. It's my obligation to invite. And once I fixed up here, it was just a matter of, well, what do I say? And I have something up here that has helped me that I think can help you. You can say, so like say in the qualify, you find out that someone wants to lose weight. And so you come in and say, I market a product that helps people with weight loss. Or maybe you're talking about joint health and how their joints ache. I market a product that helps people support their joints. And I used to say, would you like to see? But that was a yes/no question. So I decided to say, let me show you. And at this point, new team members would always ask me, well, what do I do? Do I present? I'm not sure what to do at this point. At this point, you have to know your tools because your tools are going to help you present the information. Number one important tool, get your phone for me. Please get your phone. Go to the App Store, and if you haven't done it already, I want you to download USANA Customer Connect. This is an awesome tool that you're going to use to send information to your prospects. So while you're downloading it, I want you to fool around with it later. I'll just give you a couple things about it. It manages your leads. You can look in there and you can see the history and what you've sent them. If someone says, you know how people say, oh, this all sounds great, send me your website. Okay, by your phone, you can, in a couple seconds, just send over, text or email your website. Maybe you're talking about the reset kit. You can go to that link and send the reset kit, because how it works is it's connected to your website. It's connected to your distributor ID. So the referral link that you're sending not only is going to have all the information about the reset kit and how it works, but it's going to have the price. And when they're interested in buying, they can just click on the link and purchase. So that's Customer Connect. The next great tool is Ask the Scientist. This is a great tool because it's a knowledge base that has everything in there. And even after being in USANA for as long as I have, there's questions that sometimes I can't answer. I go to askthescientist.com. And for example, someone might ask you, are the products gluten-free? Well, you type that in, a whole bunch of articles will come out. But here's the great thing. On the side, there's you can share it to Facebook, Twitter, but you can also create a link. And when you create a link, a box comes up and you type in your distributor ID. Then you copy that whole link and you send the article to your prospect answering that question. Now, within the article, a lot of times there's opportunities for the prospect to click on the link to go to a store. And the USANA store automatically knows this is your customer because you sent your referral link. And if they purchase, you make a commission. Same with What's Up USANA. What's Up USANA has awesome writers that write all about current health and nutrition stories. It's a great lifestyle blog. It talks about all the products. Sometimes you'll see special guests like athletes. But anyway, depending on what you're talking about in the Qualify, there's lots of articles there that you can send to answer a question or for someone to learn more about that particular product. And again, you click on the link and it'll send your referral link to them. So if they purchase through that article, you get the commission. Super cool. But one thing I want to mention is that a lot of times when you invite, someone might say, "What is it? What is this?" And people freeze and they don't know what to say. Something you can say is, this is a publicly traded company. It's USANA Health Sciences. They've been around for 28 years. Their products are based off of science. And this is where you can even give a testimonial, which will further increase their curiosity about the link that you sent them. So do those steps, invite. When you're inviting a lot of people, your pipeline's exploding. But the most important thing you got to do after that is follow up. Krista, tell us all about the follow-up.
Yes. Now, John, you and I remember what it's like to invite without these amazing tools. So you guys have it easy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So following up, you've probably heard it by now. The fortune is in the follow-up. That's not just a fun little tagline. It is so true. It's really about, again, it's all about them. If we stay in that mindset of just being of service and showing up for that person, you are going to be the person that they think of when they're looking for an opportunity, when their joints are hurting, when they want to reset, after a vacation or whatever it is. But it's going to happen in that follow-up. And the follow-up, also think of relationship building, right? Building that relationship. You're not just there to make the sale, then you're done. Or if they say, no, not right now, that's not the end of it. It's the beginning of a relationship. So what I really like to do is to find creative, value-driven ways of following up. So whether it's a promotion, like letting people know about great promotions that USANA has, that's a no-brainer. I know I want to know about promotions for products that I love. If there's events going on online or, in real life, or whether there's a new article on What's Up USANA or something that even just made you think of them, right? Following up can really be easy if you're engaged and you have an organized way of just touching base with people in a consistent way, right? Then what's going to happen is they're going to know you, like you, trust you, and want to be in business with you, want to give you business, want to work with you. So it's really about the follow-up. Just think relationship building. So it doesn't matter how many times you need to follow up to get that yes. We all have stories. John, I'm sure you have many stories as well of people who literally we follow up 7, 8 times, sometimes months, years, but guess what? It's always worth it. And you're always there to support them on their wellness journey. And just think about it. Wellness is a journey, isn't it? Right? We don't just say yes and then we're done. We have to continue to support people on their path.
Now it's time to ask for the sale.
Gotta do that.
Exciting part, but I think I was more afraid of asking for the sale than inviting when I first started. But I think when people are afraid of asking for the sale, it goes back up here again, and they feel like, well, what if the prospect says no? And one of the things that I learned is that if a prospect says no, they're not rejecting you as a person. There's never the wrong prospect, just the wrong time. It's just wrong timing. You don't know what's going on in their life. And, maybe they have to wait for a couple paychecks. Maybe they're not ready to put their full effort into the reset kit. Whatever the reason is, we're professional and we say, no worries. Is it okay if I check in with you from time to time? And that goes back to what Krista was saying, because you can check back. There might be some promotions or new products, special offers that USANA is offering. So, but you're gonna get a lot of yeses. Okay, so while you have the no's to the side and you're gonna follow up with them, you have yeses right away. And what's interesting about this, I have some for you to say on this. I remember when I was scared to ask for the sale, and I think a lot of people can relate to this. You keep talking too much. You're like, when I could have asked for the sale, I'm like, yeah, the chocolate's pretty good. I love, that's like my favorite. I like all the flavors, but that one's pretty good. And what about how convenient it is? All you need is 12 ounces of water and put 3 scoops of shakes in and go on and on and on, when really just ask for the sale. And so I have something down here that I think is real simple. It's not too pushy. It's something that anybody could do. So when you add, there's a transition. Do you have any more questions? No, I don't. Why don't you give it a try? And the prospect thinks, yeah, why not? Let's give it a try. And then from there, you want to be prepared to take the sale right away. And that's where your Customer Connect app comes from, right? You find the product they're interested in and send that link over to either their phone or their email and let them purchase it. Now, for people who are kind of maybe not up on tech, maybe you need a little bit more time to learn that. I do it the old-fashioned way. I call USANA. That's why I have the phone number memorized, 888-950-9595. And they have awesome customer reps that will help you. So if the prospect's right there in your living room, or you're doing a three-way call, just call them up and say, I have someone who would like to order some products. The only thing you have to give is your distributor ID number. And what I'd recommend is instead of sitting there saying, oh, should I put it on O2 left, O2 right, just have your default placement set and tell the rep, just put it my default. And then listen to how they take the information, and you'll learn, and you'll be able to do it on your own. So yay, we got a sale. And we keep getting sales, and we get happy, and then we realize, wow, it doesn't end there. It does not end. What do I do now? And so, Krista, what do we do to turn these one-time customers into VIP customers?
All right, so rather than being in the business of like closing and aiming to close, think of it more about opening, right? We are opening up people's minds. We are starting them on a new journey. We're opening up businesses. We're opening up opportunities, and really be there to support them on their journey. So I think we want everyone to become a VIP customer. Now, what does that mean? I think, again, it goes back to what is best for them. And that's going to change, and that's going to evolve. You might be supporting a mom who is just coming to you because she wants to get her kids on the best children's vitamins, right? So we introduce her to USANA. Well, obviously that can go so many places. I think the first goal is really working with them to make sure that they know how to log into their account, right? They feel confident with that, and that we get them on an auto order so that they, again, about them, so they stick with their products that they wanted to try, right? And they wanted the benefits from, right? So getting them on an auto order that works for them, and then maybe asking them, say, you know what? Did you want to tell anyone else about these children's supplements? Or what about you, mama? Like, how is your energy doing? And taking care of the mom and taking care of the dad. And then eventually they're really starting to understand the value of USANA. They're experiencing the USANA difference. And then we can take them to a referral partner, which might just mean them sending you their friends and family. Or there's more opportunities now with USANA where they don't necessarily need to build the business like me, although we would love to have them and welcome them with open arms, but they may want to refer people as well. So again, I think I'm sounding like a broken record by this point. It's about them, right? It's not about our agenda, but it's really about being a part of their journey and supporting them. Because, we've all done it. We've fallen off the healthy wagon, and we want to be their little cheerleaders to get them back on, keep them on track, and help them as their life changes, their needs and their body change, and just be a part of their journey. And that way they, again, can experience the benefits of USANA for life. And that's where it's just the best. I'm so grateful to have USANA as a mom and with my children. So let's help as many people as possible become VIP customers.
Like Krista was saying, it's all about them. It's all about focusing on the needs and wants of our prospects and our customers all throughout the process. This helps with retention. And you know what else helps with retention? Is the new program that was announced, the Preferred Customer Referral Program. I absolutely love it. I'm so excited about it. It's going to allow customers to refer products to get credits. And this is going to launch in September. And first it's going to launch in the United States and Canada, and then other markets will follow. But this is a game changer, not just for the customer, but for the associates. For the customer, they're going to get their own unique referral link that they're going to send to their friends and family. And when their friends and family click on the link and order, then the customer is going to get 10% of that order total. So for example, if they have a friend that orders $100 worth of products, they're going to get 10%, which is $10 toward product credits in their account. And as you can see, they can build up their product credits for future USANA orders. So this is a great way to make them even more VIP and to retain our customers, because it's just another way to get products at a discount. Now, this helps associates because associates are expanding their network. Their volumes are increasing. Every time a referral from a customer purchases, the associate's going to get 70% volume roll-up on all those referrals. Just think about that. So that associate will get volume from a customer who had to do little work to get it. So that's the exciting thing about it. Your business is expanding. It's a win-win for both the customer and the associate. And that's why I can't wait for this program to start in September. And so let's go back to our communication chart. I'm sure you've heard when you're prospecting and you hear someone say they had a bad experience because they were being pushed to buy products, or the story with the auntie chases them down and just hunkers down outside their house, waits for them to come out and say, hey, you have to buy some products, and this is the right way to do it. Like Krista said, we're on a journey with them. And if you look at these steps and you follow these steps, the greeting, getting a new person to like you, know you, and trust you, the qualify, finding out what's going on in their life, what are their needs, what are their wants, and inviting them, knowing the tools like Customer Connect and What's Up USANA, and ask the scientists to get that information in the prospect's hands so they can make the right decision for them. And then following up, you're going to have some people that are ready and some people that are not. But the ones that are ready, why don't you give it a try? And it doesn't stop there. Your journey with that customer starts right there. And they're going to turn into a VIP customer because you're going to make sure their needs and wants are constantly being satisfied, and you're going to take that USANA journey with them. And so, you know what sounds to me like, Krista? We need an action plan. What do you think?
Always. All about that action, right? Like we need to.
Oh, yeah.
We need to put this into action right away, you guys. So John already gave you lots of actionables, okay? He said to download that app. So I want to see that Customer Connect on your main page of your phone. I don't want to see it on the third or fourth page, okay? So we want to have that on the main page. And then what we'd love to invite you to do is to write down 5 people right now, pen to paper, that you are maybe a little bit uncertain of how to approach, or you've thought about them. And I want you to commit. John and I want you to commit to going through this process with them. All right, John, what would you add to this action plan?
I understand there's some people that might be weak in some of the steps. So if you're someone who maybe you're a little bit introverted, maybe you need to learn the greeting. Spend some time in the greeting, right? You don't have to put any pressure on yourself to invite just yet, and talk to a lot of people and practice forms and listening and asking questions. Now, some of you might be great at the greeting, but the qualify maybe stubs you a little bit. Practice asking questions that get prospects to reveal a problem that they're having. Just those two, practicing those first two is really going to help you get good at this process where you can start inviting. And then I would say, go for it. Go through the process, invite, and just go through all the way to the end.
Yeah, and stay committed, right? John, you and I have been in business for a very long time, a decade plus, right? We still need to go back to the basics and sharpen the axe, right? Make sure that we have USANA in our back pocket and that we're there to support people. So thank you guys so much for your time, and we're so excited to be able to see you grow and to apply this information. And we'll see you at the top.
Yeah, thank you so much, Krista, and thank you everybody for tuning in. I encourage you, be 100% committed with USANA, with your health, with your business, because that's going to help you move forward in your dreams and your goals.
Bye.
Bye.